Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Susan Kim. First at 4, a strengthening Hurricane Ian. As we keep an eye on what is going on in the waters there, rain and winds lashed Cuba's western tip, where authorities have evacuated more than 50,000 people as it became a major Category 3 storm early this morning and roared on a path that could hit Florida's west coast as a Category 4 hurricane later this week. And from here in Wisconsin, efforts are underway to help families caught in the potential path of Hurricane Ian. Waukesha-based Generac is preparing a hurricane response team. Members are now on their way to Georgia, where they will work to keep critical backup generators running through an anticipated power outage due to the hurricane. And the American Red Cross is also working to get help to Florida in case Hurricane Ian hits there. This afternoon, local Red Cross volunteers started driving in an emergency response vehicle to provide food, water, and emergency supplies to people and families that are impacted. And our meteorologist, Kristen Kershane, is here now with a closer look at the path of Hurricane Ian and when it could make landfall in parts of southern Florida. Keeping an eye on this one, Kristen.
Yeah, hey Susan, we'll be watching this closely tonight into tomorrow. It's going to be a slow go, though. This storm not likely to make landfall until tomorrow night. And you can see how close that the storm already is to Florida. So Ian passed over western Cuba early today. It didn't keep it from strengthening, though. Ian, a Category 3 hurricane right now, likely undergoing an eye wall replacement cycle. You can see how the eye of the storm kind of being filled in a little bit. So that means the storm going under a process where it will actually start to strengthen again. Here's a look at the radar data. Again, you can see the center of the storm moving away from Cuba, the storm moving pretty slowly and headed towards Florida. Here's the latest. Hurricane Ian winds sustained at 120 miles an hour, gusts of 150 miles an hour. The storm 230 miles south of Sarasota. The storm will continue to strengthen. Once it goes through that eye wall replacement cycle, likely it will become a Category 4 hurricane as it continues to slowly push towards Florida, making landfall as we get into likely Wednesday evening, and then it will continue to move towards North Florida. Here's the latest computer model, our in-house computer model, offshore from Fort Myers, Cape Coral as we get into Wednesday morning. Still, the center of the storm offshore by Wednesday midday. That's going to allow the water to pile up, those rain bands to move through, again, likely making landfall somewhere between Fort Myers and Tampa as we head towards late Wednesday. We'll talk more about this in the next half hour, and of course your local forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, we'll check back, Kristen. Thanks so much for the information.